In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, and may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon His last and beloved Messenger Muhammad, and may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all. The title of this presentation is The Mercy of Allah God in the Creation of Ligaments. And ligaments are the links between bones in the human body. They are like ropes connecting bones at the joints in the body. So we will see in this presentation the wisdom behind why Allah God Almighty created the ligaments. So to start with, that when Allah God Almighty wanted to create the human body, the mercy requires that the energy generated from skeletal muscles should be a minimum, such that there would be no fatigue in the muscles during the maintenance of posture and in movement. This is a mercy requirement. So let's see how the knowledge of Allah God Almighty comes to show this mercy requirement and to translate it as a created object. So the knowledge of Allah God Almighty comes to show this mercy in that He created links that join bones at the joints in the body. These links are called ligaments and shown here. So we see that between bone and a bone we have ligaments like ropes connecting these bones. So the question now, how do these ligaments reduce the energy produced from skeletal muscles? Here's the explanation, that among the functions of the muscles is the maintenance of the relative position of the bones at the joints. And to ensure this, the muscles should spend energy to stabilize the bones at the joints. Thus, to reduce this energy expenditure, Allah God Almighty created ligaments which stabilize the bones at the joints during the maintenance of posture and in movement. Thus, in doing this, the energy generated from muscles to perform this function is reduced, and as a result of that, a person can stand and move for a long time without experiencing pain nor fatigue in the muscles. So what I'm saying that part of the functions of the muscles is to stabilize the bones in the body. Now, when Allah Almighty created the ligaments, these connections, these ropes connecting the bones, they have the function of stabilizing the bones in the body. This means that the energy that the muscles would have needed to produce to stabilize the bones is reduced, because this energy is reduced by the presence of the ligaments which stabilize the bones. And as thus, the energy produced from the muscles is reduced, and so you don't feel pain and you feel comfort when you move and when you maintain posture when you stand. Also, in the case of standing for a long period of time, Allah God Almighty installed a property in the material comprising the ligaments, such that as the material of the ligaments becomes stiffer when it's immobile for a long period of time, this increase in stiffness of the ligaments causes an increase in the stability of the bones at the joints, which leads to a reduction in the energy generated from the muscles. Thus, the total energy generated from the muscles is reduced, which leads to a reduction in the fatigue of the muscles. But I'm saying that if you stand for a long period of time, Allah Almighty installed a mechanism in the material of these ligaments that as you stand for a long period of time, they increase in stiffness, they become stiffer. This increased stiffness stabilizes the bones even more, and thus it reduces the energy expenditure from the muscles, and as thus you can stand for long periods of time without feeling pain nor fatigue from the muscles. So we see, brothers and sisters, how your body is based on mercy, how Allah Almighty created every atom in your body based on mercy. But people, they do injustice to themselves by going away from Allah God and not doing what Allah wants you to do in this life, which is to strive to make the word of Allah God supreme. And to know more details about this topic, please visit my website at www.quran-miracle.com, and you can email me at zaidquran@gmail.com, and may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all.